Hi there, students. In this video I want to look at the words a coop, a hutch, an enclosure, a pen and a cage. So I think I'm going to start with a coop. A coop is a little building normally for chickens. You normally keep chickens in a chicken coop, and the chicken coop normally it's a little building that you can seal at night. You lock it up at night to keep the foxes out and stop the foxes or other creatures getting in. So it's a building for chickens that you keep them cooped up in it at night. Now a hutch is like a coop, but a hutch is normally for rabbits. I think a hutch is smaller. You use a hutch for a guinea pig, or you use a hutch for a rabbit, and there's normally straw inside, and it's a smaller box, whereas the coop normally has a perch where the chickens can fly up and roost for the night on a perch. Okay, so a hutch, very often a very small house or a very small room, is referred to as a hutch. Then we have this word a pen. Okay, a pen is a small enclosure, particularly for sheep or maybe for cows as well. A pen is an enclosure, an area with walls which is quite small, and the animals can't get out. You have the word an enclosure, and a pen is like an enclosure. I think a pen is normally smaller than an enclosure. An enclosure has walls all the way round. It's something that is enclosed. It's an area where there are barriers all of the way round. In England or in the UK, there used to be lots and lots of common land, but a lot of that was enclosed. It was walled off or fenced off by private owners. So I think a paddock for a horse would be an enclosure, or maybe you have your sheep in a field, and maybe you have a small pen to put them in when you want to give them medicine, or you want to shear them or something like that. And then finally a cage. A cage has got bars. You put a bird in a cage, or at the zoo the monkeys are in a cage. A cage has got bars all of the way round. Bars underneath, bars on top. If you look at the pen or the enclosure, it's just got a fence around it, but on top nothing. The hutch and the coop, these are both small buildings with a door, and maybe there's a caged area outside so that the chickens can't fly out or the rabbits can't jump over the wall. And this is the idea. So a hutch, a small building particularly for rabbits or for guinea pigs or small animals like that, or a very small house. A type of cage made of wood and wire for small animals. An enclosure, an area surrounded by fences, an enclosure for the horses, the members' enclosure at Henley Royal Regatta. Okay, the enclosure of public land for use. So an early example of privatization was the enclosure of public land for use by wealthy landlords. A pen is a small enclosure where you'd put sheep or pigs or other animals. A sheep pen. You put the goats in a pen, but they don't live in a pen. You let them out. You have them penned in for a certain reason. A coop, a small cage or enclosure, normally for chickens or poultry or other birds. To be cooped up, so the kids have been cooped up in the house all day because it's been raining. A hutch, a rabbit hutch for small pet animals. Okay, so we were led to an enclosure that had a fence all the way round. The horses lived in an enclosure. The ferret lived in a hutch. Okay, the rabbit hutch should always be cleaned and disinfected to avoid parasites. So a coop, the chickens live in a coop, and if a fox gets into the hen coop, then the fox will kill them. So you don't want predators getting into your chicken coop. Okay, a pen, and pen is a small enclosure, and a cage. It's got bars on each side. Okay, so let's look at some. To enclose from Latin, includere, to shut in. An enclosure, 5 in formality, use anywhere. A coop, 5 in formality, again. Maybe from Dutch, coop, a basket. A hutch, okay, from huche, a chest or a box in French. Hutica in medieval Latin. 5 in formality again. A pen, okay, from Proto-Germanic, penno, to pin, to nail, to tack. From Old English, pen, an enclosure or a fold. A pen, 5 in formality again. So, enclosure, hutch, coop, a cage, and a pen.